Alright, hello class. Panibagong chapter na tayo. Utilitarianism. Wow, utilitarianism. Medyo social yung term pakinggan pero actually simple lang yung ibig sabihin yan. This is a theory in ethics na nagtuturo na ang tama daw po ay kung ano ang mas kapaki-pakinabang para sa mas maraming tao. So for example, kung may choice ka to do something that will benefit one person or benefit 5 people, saan ka mas papabor? Diyan pumapasok yung utilitarian thinking. Ang tanong dito, hindi lang, tama ba to? Kundi, ano ang resulta ng action ko? Sino ang makikinabang? Sino ang masasaktan? Mas marami ba ang napasaya kaysa sa nasaktan? Yun ang big picture ng utilitarianism. Actions are judged by their consequences. Hindi lang sa intentions mo or rules mo. So, para sa kanila, kung maganda ang epekto sa karamihan, then, morally good yun. Let's start with a famous ethical thought experiment na sobrang popular sa ethics class, the trolley problem. So, imagine this. May isang tren na mabilis na papunta sa 5 workers na nasa riles. Pero meron kang switch na kapag inilipat mo, maliligtas mo ang 5 workers. Pero sa kabilang riles, may isang tao. No? Siya naman yung masasagasaan kapag ginawa mo yon. So, ang tanong, anong gagawin mo? A, hindi ka na lang makikialam, wala kang gagawin pero may 5 mamamatay, or B, isa-switch mo, kiklik mo yung switch, mangingialam ka at may 1 mamamatay. So, ang dilemma po, is it better to let more people die dahil ayaw mong makialam, or is it better to intervene and save more lives kahit may 1 buhay na kapalit? So, dito pumapasok yung utilitarianism. Sinasabi ng theory na ito, ang morally right action daw po ay yung nagre-resulta sa pinakamaraming benefit or yung pinakakaunting damage. Kaya para sa isang utilitarian, flipping the switch po ang right decision kahit may 1 mamatay. Kasi mas marami naman daw na naligtas. So, hindi siya tungkol sa guilt or sin, kundi sa kung anong action ang nagdulot ng mas malaking kabutihan. So, ano ba talaga yung utilitarianism? Ganito lang po siya kasimple. Lagi nyo lang tandaan. Ang tama ay kung ano ang useful. So, ano ibig sabihin ng useful? Ibig sabihin, kung ang isang action ay nakakapagbigay daw ng pleasure or saya at nakakaiwas sa pain or suffering, then that's morally right. So, sabi ng utilitarianism, ang basehan daw po ng morality ay nasa resulta, hindi sa intention. So, kahit mabait ang puso mo, kung masama ang naging epekto ng action mo, hindi pa rin yun morally right. So, ang keyword po natin dito sa utilitarianism ay utility. Ibig sabihin, usefulness. So, ang utilitarianism po, kilala rin bilang consequentialist theory. Meaning, consequences ng action ang sinusukat. Hindi kung ano ang sinabi ng rules, religion, or utos ni nanay. No? Basta daw ba ang resulta ay happiness at minimal suffering for the most people. Then, morally good na agad yan, automatic. At kapag sinabi daw nating pleasure, hindi lang ito yung masaya ka. It would be, or it could be, security, comfort, peace, kaligayahan ng family mo, kabutihan para sa buong community. Ganon siya ka-broad. Hindi lang masaya ko, kundi masaya tayong lahat. Ganon. No? Now, let's break it down. The main ideas para mas klaro. Sa theory po kasi na to, no? May tinatawag tayong pleasure is good. So, ang kaligayahan or saya ay moral good. So, kung ang action daw po ay nagdudulot ng pleasure, mas okay yon. Pero, hindi po ito simpleng happiness lang. Ang tinutukoy nila dito ay meaningful pleasure. So, hindi lang pansamantala. No? Greatest number. Hindi lang happiness mo ang mahalaga, kundi ng mas maraming tao. Kaya minsan, may mga individual rights na naisasantabi basta makakabuti to sa majority. Consequentialism. Ito yung idea po na yung tama or yung mali is based sa effect. So, hindi siya sa intentions, hindi sa rules. So, kahit may mabuting balak, kung yung ending naman is pangit, hindi pa rin moral. No? So, bakit? Hold on. Hindi ko pa pala nasabi ito. Yung sacrifice for the greater good sa utilitarianism, ito yung pinaka-controversial part, no? Okay lang bang may isang taong mag-suffer basta maraming natulungan? Para sa mga utilitarian, yes yun. Basta ang overall happiness ng majority yung nai-achieve. So, kung titingnan natin, practical siya. Pero mapapaisip ka rin no? Hanggang saan yung limit ng sacrifice? Yan ang isa sa mga critical na question dito sa theory na to. Now, may sample scenario ako. This is about the wealthy man with no happiness. Let's go deeper using this scenario. So, imagine mo may isang binata, mayaman siya, walang anak, pero divorce siya. Laging nasa parties, inom dito, inom doon, gumagamit ng ipinagbabawal na gamot, maraming casual relationships. Parang pleasure overload talaga si Kuya. Right? Pero ang tanong, masaya ba talaga siya? May deep friendship ba siya? May family support? May inner peace? Ang sinasabi ng utilitarianism, pleasure doesn't always mean happiness. You can drown yourself in fun and still feel empty. Kaya nga dapat ang focus ay hindi lang sa quantity ng pleasure, kundi sa quality rin. So, sa utilitarianism, no? Ayon kay John Stuart Mill, mas pinapahalagahan ang higher pleasures like yung intellectual growth, no? Yung emotional connection, yung moral excellence. So, hindi lang siya yung masarap pero walang depth. Kaya yung buhay na puro alak, pinagbabawal na gamot, tawag ng laman, hindi talaga satisfying in the long term. Hindi siya nagko-contribute sa lasting happiness ng individual or ng society. Kumbaga, ang pinaka-key takeaway po raw dito ay not all pleasures are equal. Some pleasures uplift us, some degrade us. Huh? Now, let's go back here in act versus rule utilitarianism. Again, utilitarianism in general is an ethical theory po that says the right thing to do is what brings the greatest happiness to the greatest number of people. Pero, may dalawang version daw po ito kung paano tayo magde-decide kung tama or mali ang isang action. So, tignan natin yung bawat situation. Act utilitarianism. Dito, bawat action po ay pinag-iisipan case by case. So, ang goal po dito, maximize happiness sa moment na yon. Kahit iba ang decision sa ibang similar cases. So, for example, imagine may judge na may chance i-release ang isang convict. So, the convict is no longer dangerous and his release will bring joy to him and his family. Now, act utilitarianism says, okay lang, i-release, go. Kasi sa situation na to, mas maraming happiness kaysa sa pain, no? Meanwhile, rule utilitarianism, mas mahalaga ang rules para sa long-term good. Dito, actions must follow general rules that produce the greatest good over time. Kahit isang action is mukhang okay, if it breaks a rule that protects society, don't do it. Example nga, diba? Sane convict, mabait na siya, hindi na siya harmful, but the rule is justice must be served. So, rule utilitarianism says, sundin ang rule. Hindi siya papalayain. Kasi kung magbe-break ka ng rule once, kung papalayain siya ng judge at pagbibigyan, well, pwedeng mawala ng tiwala ang society sa justice system. That leads to long-term harm. Diba? Next, Jeremy Bentham, the OG founder ng utilitarian idea. Sabi niya, tayo daw po is ginagabayan ng dalawang sovereign masters, the pleasure and the pain. In short, lahat ng aksyon, tinitignan kung gaano kalayo tayo papalapit sa pleasure at layo sa pain. So, ang good action daw is equal to mas maraming pleasure than pain. Ang bad action, mas maraming pain. So, tinatawag niya po itong principle of utility. Unique, no? He considered all types of pleasure equally good. Quantitative approach, hindi siya pumipili. Basta maraming pleasure, it's good. So, siya yung nagsabi na dahil dito, we can measure these pleasures tulad ng calculus ng happiness. May ganun. Then, John Stuart Mill came. Agree siya kay Bentham sa fundamental principle, pero sabi niya, not all pleasures are equal. May tinatawag daw na higher pleasures, such as yung intellectual, moral, artistic. At may mga lower pleasures, such as physical and sensual. Prefer niya raw yung mental and emotional na pleasure. Mas maraming value kasi. Hindi ito example natin, mas pipiliin mong makinig sa mahusay na lecturer kaysa tumambay sa bar. So, may mas spiritual payoff daw. According to Mill, better to be a dissatisfied human than a satisfied pig. Meaning, mas mahalaga yung pagiging fully human mo kahit may problema kaysa simple na satisfaction. Long story short, pleasure is power, but not all pleasures magkakapantay-pantay. That's according to John Stuart Mill. Napapause na ako, oh my God. Next is saan na ba tayo? Principle, no, ng greatest number. Again, utilitarianism focuses sa greatest number nga, no? Tulad ng sabi ko kanina, ito po yung paraan para magbigay ng pinakamaraming happiness sa maximum number of people. Hindi tayo selfish. Utilitarianism encourages us to think beyond sarili. Example, magtayo ka ng basketball court. Wow, cool for NBA fans, PBA fans, or sa mga basketballista dyan, sa mga muse ng liga at sumasayaw-sayaw sa TikTok. Pabor na pabor sila dyan. But, kung hospital ang mas kailangan sa community, utilitarian approach, magtatayo ng ospital kasi yun yung mas makakabuti sa nakakarami. So, question is, can we override individual rights for the greater good? Totoo yan for utilitarianism, yes, but may limit din. Bottom line is, your action is justifiable kung mas maraming tao ang napapabuti, whether physical, mental, social, or economic. Next is utility versus individual rights. Madami pong kahulugan sa rights versus utility. Utilitarianism says if sacrificing a right leads to more overall happiness, it's justified. So, example, vaccination programs. So, mandatory policies, no, may infringe some people, pero let's say hugging herd immunity brings mass safety. So, ang pinaka-contrast po dito, pag may rights na too important, like, kunwari, yung freedom of speech, kailangan timbangin kung mas salungat ba ang restriction sa greater good? So, dito naman natin lalapitan ang tanong na hanggang saan ang scope ng justification. Next is Mill on Justice and Moral Rights. Sabi ni John Stuart Mill, justice equals respeto sa sarili na nakakatulong sa collective happiness. Rights equals valid claims that should be protected. Privacy, speech, due process. And if we safeguard rights, nagkakaroon daw ng peace at trust sa society. So, critical sa happiness. Rights daw are morally relevant because they serve the happiness principle. So, to elaborate, Mill broke down justice into 3 types. The first one is the distributive justice. Fairness in distributing benefits and burdens according to needs or contributions. Example, free education or welfare programs. Pangalawa, yung procedural justice. Rules are fair and consistently applied. So, example, a transparent legal process. Next is yung compensatory justice. If nagkamali ang society, like a mistaken arrest, you provide compensation. So, ang utility natin sa justice, fairness builds trust, and trust equals more happiness for the community. So, now, Mill on legal versus moral rights. Mill challenged this. Legal rights daw should align with moral utility. Kung ang batas ay hindi nakakapagpa-happiness, no? Nagsisiwalat ng inequality or abuse where we are not morally compelled to follow it blindly. Example, civil disobedience. Paglabag sa laws na oppressive, basta nagdudulot ito ng mas malaking good, justified ang protesta. Ang importante daw ay unahin ang moral utility kaysa sa mga legal rights. Utility. Law con conflict. So, let's review. Again, utilitarianism, consequentialist siya. Moral na tama based sa outcome ng action. Focus more on pleasure versus pain. Happiness of the many. Bentham, nakakalculate daw ang pleasure. But according to Mill, merong higher and lower pleasures. Act versus utilitarianisms, rights versus utility tensions. Justice and rights evaluated by their contributions to greatest happiness. So, reflection questions natin dito, is it morally right to sacrifice one life to save many? Should we protect individual liberties even if they limit collective happiness? And thus, ignoring bad laws sometimes result in moral good? So, before we end, tanongin nyo yung sarili nyo in your life. Can you think of a utilitarian style decision? Or you may have considered the benefits and consequences in real situations. Remember, utilitarianisms help us weigh such options logically, but also reminds us who benefits and who sacrifices. So, ayan class, utilitarianism once again, masyadong mahaba, no? And parang masyadong complicated, no? Pero actually, utilitarianism challenges us to think beyond ourselves. It's not just about masaya ba ako, but masaya ba tayo? In a world full of choices, this theory teaches us to pause, weigh the outcomes, and ask, sino ang makikinabang, sino ang masasaktan. And sa dulo, it's not just about being good. It's about doing good for the greatest number. So, yun lang. See you again sa next chapter. And don't forget, your smallest choices can create the biggest ripple effects.